honey bunnies, guys and gals. It is your girl here, Kristen, aka KL, coming back at you with another video. If you are into story times, plus size content, dating advice, anything like that, definitely make sure you click subscribe before you leave the video. But without further ado, I'm gonna just get into it because this one is a little bit of a doozy, not gonna lie to you. I feel like this is the kind of story time that makes people feel like story times on YouTube are fake. Because this story don't make no damn sense. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's very what the fuckish. What the fuckish. That's the best way to explain this story time that I'm about to tell you, to be completely honest. I was leaving work late actually. I know it was definitely after like 6 p.m. And I worked at the time before the pandemic hit. This happened back in January 2020, by the way. I worked in downtown DC, like near Chinatown, actually right downtown Chinatown Gallery Place, if you are familiar with the city. At the time, which a lot of you probably don't know unless at some point you saw this story on my Instagram, my father was very ill in the hospital. He had just moved to a acute rehab hospital out of the ICU where he was before at a different hospital. So he was very ill. And at the time he was on a strict liquid only diet. Just so you guys know now, my dad is doing fantastic. My dad is a miracle. He's gone through a lot of health issues in his life. He is a-okay right now, so definitely don't freak out for the rest of this video. I was leaving work. I was going to Tropical Smoothie. I had already pre-ordered his smoothie so I could pick it up on the way to his rehab so I can go see him and hang out with him for a few hours before I went home. This is what I was doing every day when I was going to work. I'd go to work. After work, I'd go visit my dad. I'd go home and start the whole thing over the next single day. I hadn't been to this Tropical Smoothie for my job before, so I had to turn on Waze, which is so sad, I know. But I had to turn Waze on so I could figure out where I was going, because in DC, the streets can be confusing. Sometimes they're one ways, so I needed to know where the fuck I was really going. So I happened to miss the turn that it told me to take. So I had to, basically I made a right turn. Wasn't supposed to make a right turn in this street. And I was in a one-way. So I couldn't make a U-turn on this street. So I had to literally make a right, and make a right just to be back on the street that I was initially on, okay? I basically had to make a square around the block to get to where I needed to be. So I'm about to make my final right turn. I could see the turn that I needed to take. I'm just driving. I can see on my right-hand side there are police cars that are sitting on the side of the street right there, and it was like in front of this apartment building. Again, I'm minding my business because that didn't affect me really at the time. So I'm driving and I can see out of the corner of my left eye, I see a truck. I can see it's like about to come towards me, and by a truck I mean like a big SUV truck, not like a commercial truck, because oh my god, no. It wasn't like that. It was a GMC Yukon, matter of fact. I could see it in my peripheral vision. I'm like, the fuck? So I turned my head. I could see this truck is about to hit me. So I had one or two options: stop and let him hit me like in my driver's side door, or speed up a little bit, try to get it, you know, clear so he doesn't hit me. But if he does, at least I don't personally get hit. My car's gonna get hit, but at least I'm not gonna get hit by this big ass GMC Yukon tank that is coming towards me, okay? I do the logical thing. I fucking try to floor that shit and try to get the fuck out the fucking way. At this point, I knew impact was coming, so I pretty much just braced for it. Knew it was gonna happen. So I got hit. Thankfully, I did not get hit. He did hit the passenger. I'm sorry, not the passenger. He hit the back door on my driver's side. So at the end of the day, my car still did get hit. So I get out the car. Of course, I'm mad as fuck, because all I was trying to do was leave work, go get this smoothie, go hang out with my dad, and then go home. That's all I wanted to do. That's it. That was it. Not only that, but I had just gotten in a car accident almost a month to the day of this accident, where I was driving to work in morning rush hour traffic. And if you know DC, like, we drive aggressively, okay? And this lady sideswiped the other side of my car, all right? So I was already pissed off because I'm like, dog, this is my second accident in a 30-day fucking period. Because y'all give me a break. So I get out the car And this old man gets out of his GMC Yukon. I mean, he was a skinny guy, all right? Older black guy. And when I say older, like, he looked like he was 70. He might have been like 65. But he didn't look like a 65-year-old, 70-year-old black man that has taken care of himself his whole life. Like, he didn't look like a Magic Johnson or a Steve Harvey or a Morris Chestnut, which Morris Chestnut is definitely not 60. But you get my drift. Like, he didn't look like a black man that had it easy in life. He looked like he had worked in a factory all his life, and I don't know. Like, think of, if you're black, think of your cousin, your older cousin or your uncle that literally has been on drugs for 30 years and maybe was an alcoholic. That was the vibe I was getting from that man. I'm not saying that's what he was. I'm saying that I'm giving you a description of how he kind of looked. That might be kind of fucked up, but I'm telling you a story because you were not there. So this is me trying to, you know, give you a visual. Sorry. The first thing that this man said to me when he got out of the car was, "Didn't you see me?" The real question, nigga, was, did you see me? Because I was in the right. But before I can even, you know, get the words out of my mouth to be pissed off with this man, the police officers that were already sitting there, the police officer basically was like, "Don't even try it. You made an illegal U-turn." At least in this situation, the police were already here and they saw what happened. That was really important too, because DC is a no-fault state. So whoever hits who, it doesn't matter. You pay your own insurance unless something like this happens, and the officer, you know, pretty much has, you know, is a witness or has a witness that can say they saw what happened. What didn't feel great was that I had a headache. My back door is literally smashed in and my tire had busted. Now, I want you guys to think about this. My car had all that damn damage. That GMC Yukon didn't have shit. It was fucking fine. That's why that shit is an army tank. It should be registered as a legally lethal weapon, because what the fuck? How do you get in a car accident and my shit is literally fucked up and yours is fine? Let me know. Okay. So I basically, you know, walk over to the side. You know, the officers, it was two of them because it was like a row of police cars there. Two officers like were talking to me and talking to him. They wanted me to move my car up the street. I said, "I ain't moving that shit." So I let one of the police officers move my car to the side or of the road where the other cars were parked. I wasn't comfortable moving it because I'm like, I don't know if this shit gonna explode. My tire already busted. Look, no. I'm not getting in that shit. You want to move it? You can move it. That's fine. We're exchanging information. They called the fire truck to like come check on me and make sure I was okay. When I told him like I had a little bit of a headache, but like I really didn't need them to call anybody. They're like, no, we're gonna call and make sure you're okay. And I'm like, all right, I'm fine, but sure, why not? So then, of course, the fire department felt they wasted their damn time coming to check on me when I was fine. I told them I was fine. I didn't need to go to the hospital or anything like that. So you guys are probably like, okay, this sounds like a standard ass accident. Why the fuck is this story time? All right, I'm getting to that right now. I am standing there. I had already called my sister and my mom, who were actually already there with my dad. My sister was on the way to come get me. And I was waiting for the tow truck to come get my car so it could, you know, go to the auto shop I wanted to go to, and my sister could take me either to go see my dad or take my ass home. At this point, it was fuck the smoothie. The smoothie was not going to be gotten regardless. Fuck the smoothie. So I'm standing there. I'm waiting, going to the side of the road, just waiting for them to, you know, come get my car. And I look. Mind you, I'm parked in front of an apartment building, okay? This is where the accident happened. This is where the police already were. And it wasn't like your regular Metropolitan Police Department. It was like the housing DC Police Department. So that building I was in front of technically is a project, I guess you can call it. Or DC, you know, provided housing, whatever you want to call it, low income housing. I'm standing there, minding my business, still kind of upset that I just got a car accident for no reason. I see a body in a black body bag being pushed out on a stretcher out this building. I want you guys to imagine this. I'm literally just waiting for my car to come get towed from getting in a car accident. I'm standing here literally 20 feet away, can see this body coming out the front of this building that I'm standing in front of. I kid you not. I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. What the fuck? So, me being me, I asked the police officer, excuse me, officer, was that a body that just came out the building? The officer tells me, yeah, actually, the guy that hit you, that's his brother. He had just found out that his brother had passed away before he hit you. What the fuckery? What? Initially, you guys, obviously I was pissed off. I was, trying to get this smoothie, go visit my dad, not get in a car accident. You know what I mean? Like, I was so angry. And then I felt so bad because for me, it made me feel like, you know what? I think this man was probably so far gone out of his mind that he probably didn't even see me when he hit me. Like, it probably just happened. I think he probably had just found out his brother had passed and he just received the news and, he got in the car and, it just kind of happened. So then I felt really just like remorseful towards this guy. I'm happy I didn't cuss him out or anything crazy like that. Thank goodness. I just felt really bad. I'm over here sitting here like I have all these problems. I got in a car accident and my dad is ill. And this man just found out that his brother died. That was wild, you guys. And the guy, he did come to me after all that had happened. And he came to me and he said, I really want to apologize. I didn't see you. I just found out that my brother passed away. And I've been trying to call him for days and he hasn't been answering the phone. And I came here to check on him today and the police were already here. And that's when I found out that he had passed away. And I'm like, wow. And wow. And he tells me that his brother was sick with cancer. So I think when his brother wasn't answering, he definitely feared for the worst. And I just told him, like, especially when my dad was initially really, really, really sick. My dad was still sick at the time, but he was in the very early stages of recovering from what had happened to him. And I leaned on God so much during this time. And, like, I just told this man, I was like, you know what? Like, I understand. And I can't imagine what you're going through. And I pray for you. And I pray that, God has his hands on you, because I can imagine being in that situation, how I would be. Got the police report, all that, yada, yada, yada. End of the story, really. My car got fixed. That's it. But it's just so crazy. And that's why I said, like, this is the kind of story time that makes you feel like story times on YouTube are not real. Because who the fuck literally sits here on YouTube and says, I got in a car accident, I stood here, saw a body come out of a building, and oh, by the way, the guy that hit me, that was his brother. But that is a real life story. It's crazy as hell. And I don't know if I want to say I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, because I'm not sure if it was like an enjoyable story time. It wasn't like lollipops and rainbows. It was kind of like, yeah, that was fucked up. I guess. If you are a returning subscriber, I love you, honey bunnies, to the moon and back, and that will never change. If you made it to the end of this video and you want to subscribe, definitely click for more story times, plus size content, dating advice, and just all around crazy, ridiculous shenanigans that I will be posting. Definitely take care. Stay safe, you guys. It is still a pandemic, even if you say it's not a pandemic. Even if you think it's not, it is. So please be safe for yourself and for all the people that you love around you, and even the strangers that you don't know that also want to live their best lives and be around their families. I love you guys to the moon and back, and that will never change. So until my next video, bye.